Well, here we are again, out doing a little bit of farm management today. We are attacking honeysuckle, the ever invasive bush honeysuckle that is everywhere. So I'm getting on top of it starting this year. It's going to be a couple-year project, but I've spent some serious hours in my little 3 acres of woods over my 6-acre total piece here, and I have destroyed some honeysuckle. So let me take you through how I'm doing it. It's just as easy as you might think. All you got to do is cut and spray it. So when I come up in here to a big piece of honeysuckle, like right here, see all this green, all these early green bushes? This is all honeysuckle right here before us. And if you can see, it's pretty mature honeysuckle. So I'm going to take my little chainsaw and I'm going to cut it down here low to the ground. And then within 5 minutes of cutting it, I'm going to give it a spray with my solution that I'm spraying with. So real quick, let's talk sprayer. I just have a little 1-gallon sprayer here, pump sprayer. Pump it, turn it. You can pick it up, carry wherever you go with a little spray wand. Anybody can get one of these, Walmart, Lowe's, anywhere has pump sprayers. You can go as fancy as you want, but you don't need much. And basically, all I did was I put a gallon of water in here, and then I mixed it with 7 ounces of 41% glyphosate and another 7 ounces of Crossbow, a weed killer that you can find on Amazon. I really don't even know if I needed the Crossbow, but I wanted to really make sure I nuked this honeysuckle at the source. So mixing those two, hopefully next year I see no regrowth on any of the stuff that I sprayed. All right, we're low to the ground. Careful, we don't want to hit our chain on anything. And just cut on through. All the way through, and clear the sawdust. And then I'm just gonna take my little sprayer, and it doesn't take a bunch. I'm just gonna leak it on top of there, and I like to soak it pretty good, especially the bigger ones. And just soak it. Now you gotta be careful because you don't wanna leach any chemical that you don't wanna kill anything else. But this one's pretty easy because there's nothing around it. So I soaked it pretty good. And you let it go and go to the next one. It's really a pretty easy ordeal. The most important thing is you have to spray the honeysuckle stump within 5 minutes after you cut it, while it's still wet. And then while it's drying, it will absorb that chemical into the stump, go into the root base, and it should die. So then next year, I'll come back and kind of do the same thing. The most ideal time, December, you know, a lot of the honeysuckle is still green. It's like some of the only stuff that is green, so it's easy to see. So wait for when it's all dead. I'm actually out here a little bit late today, beginning of April, and we have an early spring in Missouri, and everything has really started to green up. So if you don't have a sharp eye for honeysuckle, you could very easily miss some. So I'm trying to finish this project up today because it's getting very green very quickly. So that's one way to do it, especially with mature honeysuckle. Let's find an example of a small honeysuckle and how you can do this. So right here along the same path. Now, honeysuckle for the most part has very shallow roots, so not very deep. If you get a good young honeysuckle and you get on here with 2 hands, kind of gently start pulling. Pull gently and carefully because you want to get as much of the root as you can. You can just uproot this stuff. I always knock the dirt back off, and there you go. You have some uprooted honeysuckle. It's no longer there and should not take back off. And if you see a little part of a root that you might have missed, pull it up. Sometimes it's just a little bit easier to pull it up than it is to cut it. I tend to cut the stuff that I can't pull, the bigger stuff, and spray it, and then I just pull up the small stuff. And it's kind of a pattern. If you have a friend or a partner or kids or somebody to help you, it just goes that much quicker. So a little quick, easy thing to do to take care of your property is to contain and eliminate bush honeysuckle. So check it out. This is honeysuckle carcasses that I sprayed 3 weeks ago. All the leaves have all but dried and crumbled to the ground, and I'm gonna be left with all these big skeletons, which next year I plan on running a prescribed fire through here, and hopefully it can eat a lot of this stuff up. Next winter, I'll be able to really see what's left, what grew, what might have sprouted, take it out, and by next spring, hopefully, I'm not seeing much of any honeysuckle around my small parcel, and I'm really excited about that. Have more native species growing, more sunlight hitting the ground, get rid of that nasty invasive honeysuckle. Hope you've enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.